You seek to be unburdened, yes? The mapping of the heart can reveal the way. Yet, there is another here whose need is great.
That voice. Allow me. I think I'm supposed to do this.
You sure about that? I'm gonna trust you, girl. See, that armor works with her so well because we got her back to Saloon side.
There is something I lost. No. Had taken from me. My family. My life. I want it all back.
Loss is a gift, girl. Do you still not understand that? Now give me the true answer. What is your purpose in being here? I am the one who asks the questions. She is the one who answers. You are the one who remains silent. Now, if all our roles are clear, answer me. What is your true purpose?
The artifact. I was sent to retrieve it, at any cost.
And who tasked you with this mission?
The Mother Superior of It's you.
Give me the honor of my name, in full.
I can't. My memories...
I know what's in that head of yours better than you do, girl. My name.
Mother Superior... Viconia de Veer.
You still have the wits to recognize your betters. Good. Now descend. You have much to answer for.
Are you serious?
Astral projection.
I forgot I had heard about her showing up, but I avoided the spoilers of learning out where and why. Oh, this is gonna make me just as upset as Sarevok. This tells me everything that I need to know right now. So like, for those of if y'all didn't play the original games, Viconia was one of our companions, and she used to be a follower of Shar. She shows up in the first game, kinda late in the chapters, because certain companions are literally separated by chapters. You cannot go find them and get them until you reach certain points of the game. There's usually not a reason to do it. You kind of just find them, right? That's how the old game mechanics worked, right? Viconia was a neutral evil aligned character, follower, cleric of Shar, and you can bring her back in the second game. Shadows of Am, Throne of Ball, right? If I remember correctly, her companion mission and her epilogue, she turns from Shar. We talked about Viconia in an old video before, right? Okay, her original biography. When asked about her past, Viconia reveals quite proudly that she is a dark elf from the Underdark, city of Menzoberranzan. She says very little about her reasons for leaving that sunless realm, though separations of such a nature are never gentle. She does claim to no longer worship the spider goddess Lolth, a change that even you know is often fatal. Her new faith is in the night goddess Shar, an appropriate choice for a drow, although this is not a firm indication that she has given up the brutal ways of her people. She finds the laws of the surface world quaint and more than a little strange, but this is simply because of her lack of experience. Likewise, she seems a bit naive about how her race is viewed by surface dwellers. Many will not give her the chance she seems to expect, and even being seen with her may affect how people think of you. You know that as a drow, she has resistance to magic. And I do remember that in the first game, if you have her in your party, that literally affects the view, and certain NPCs treat you differently. I actually remember that being a thing. Yeah, and when you first fight her, she is quite literally begging you to help her. Help me. If you don't help me, they will kill me. That is her initial meeting. I found the epilogue, right? I know romance has a big impact on her when you beat Throne of Ball. So she has two epilogues, normal and romance, right? In her default epilogue, Viconia moves on with her own adventures after parting ways with Gorian's ward. She found a short-lived Sharite cult under her command in Waterdeep, only to slaughter them all when they betrayed her. Shrugging off the chastisement of her goddess, she stops an attempt by the Knights of the Shield to take over Kalimport, and then assist Dris Duerden in saving the elven city of Soldanseller from a Zentern plot, which, as you remember, we were in that city during the second game, and she goes back to help them again, right? That's not the actions of somebody good, of somebody evil, right? She is leaning towards the path of good, which on a technical aspect, she becomes true neutral instead of neutral evil. So for what she receives the highest honor for helping the city, the highest honor of the Seldarine from Queen Elisme. And if you remember the original games, that's kind of a big deal. She reportedly takes this unprecedented honor stoically and then leaves. Her movements thereafter are lost to history, which, I mean, that's an epilogue, right? You're assuming nothing more is going to come from it. Your old companion has become a legendary figure in her own right, seen fighting alongside another legendary drow who was known to be good across the realms, right? Like, he has that reputation. Him fighting to save that city with her in that same limelight. That says a lot. Like, even if you don't romance her, it is fairly obvious that she has changed. She is a different person. That was the original canon from the end of Throne of Baal. Meanwhile, if you romance her, which, I mean, we can already assume romance options will never be canon, right? That can only be headcanon. But just to add to the notation here, right? If Gorian's ward completed her romance and chooses not to embrace godhood, the two lovers continue adventuring together until they decide to settle down. With Gorian's ward becoming an important political figure, they marry and have a half-drow son together. But after several years, Viconia is assassinated by an agent of Lolth. Unable to resurrect his wife, Gorian's ward sadly raises their son on his own, disappearing into the pages of myth. Some say they go on to crusade against the drow, but none know the truth. Now, that part I do actually remember. You actually do end up having a life with her and raising a half drow son by yourself. And which also, I mean, back then, quite literally, every companion has preferences. Every companion has people they don't get along with. They actually made them, you know, they made them human, right? Like, they had actual depth. That's a different discussion versus how things operate here. So, like, what I'm trying to get at is, regardless of the route you took, Viconia is a different person. And it's like, why? She's clearly a good person now, and I don't believe she's not supposed to be here doing shit for Shar, right? Like, Shar, I don't see Shar approving of her working with Drizzt and saving Soldanseller again, and then getting praised by, you know, Queen Elisme, right? Things just feel weird. I would not expect her to be here, the leader of a Shar cloister, doing shit again. Like, I mean, we saw the retconning with Sarevok, right? Y'all saw all of my spiel about how I felt about him and all of that stuff. And it's just, my plan to come in here guns blazing has now been doused. Because I actually used to, in the original games, right? Even, I mean, you're just walking, people talk automatically, like how it happens in this game, right? Like, you learn these characters, you talk to them, you do their personal companion quests, and it's like, you learn to like Viconia, and you can watch her have growth. And she's not like some cold, awful person, not that I remember. It's just, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, they did Jaheira justice. I am not happy with Sarevok. I'm really not. And I just feel like if I go further into this and I give her a chance and I let her talk, I'm just going to be more and more disappointed. I really, really am. Like, on an initial, like, you know, seeing this, like, it's almost like she quite literally fell back on her old ways. Like I said, I think I am just gonna be disappointed.
They already heard how you disgraced yourself before Lady Shar, how she marked you as the enemy. But it is quite another thing for them to see it for themselves. I am very glad you decided to return. A cautionary tale such as yours will be studied by Lady Shar's initiates for years to come. But perhaps I can make a case for some small measure of mercy. Give me the artifact, and I can at least make this quick.
Enough. I don't answer to you. Not anymore. I'm here for my family. That's right. I know what you did. And it's not going to be quick.
This is your family. And now you have turned your back on it. The artifact was your last chance to prove yourself. And you squandered it.
Just going more back into my issues with them changing Viconia. Why does she want the artifact? Why does she want all of this? Why would she resort to these tactics? Also, I feel like they didn't... Her old, like, game portrait, I feel like they didn't do her justice with her 3D face right now. That's just me, though. I mean, I know, yes, there's been some age, right? I know about the timeline, but she's a drow. They have longevity like elves do. She wouldn't be aged the same way Jaheira is.
Whispers reached my ears from all corners. Potential rivals of Lady Shar, all vying for the same prize. A new god, amassing the disaffected, the outcasts. Those who should turn to us. This absolute is but an upstart, disturbing the natural order and threatening to impede the glorious return of Lady Shar's pure, endless darkness. I had to act. I had to strangle that foul conspiracy while it was still in the cradle. We learned all we could. The artifact was the one thing the absolutists feared. The one thing they desperately wanted to keep out of their enemy's grasp. I had to have it. Lady Shar's concerns lie elsewhere, with another. But she is a goddess. She can afford to ignore that which does not threaten her. I must keep her faith alive in mortal hearts. I must defend her ways, lead her children, stop all threats. Even if I must go against her wishes, I will prove myself her most loyal servant.
Shar doesn't care. She was always going to use you and discard you. But now I'm going to deal with you first.
You there! Surrender this one to me now, and you can consider Lady Shar's forces your allies in the battles to come.
Really? So there's an evil path where we can go. Okay. I mean, I highly doubt Viconia would honor it, but it's interesting that it's an actual option.
As you like. Lilala! For Shar!
I have so many conflicted feelings about this, man. Like, can I learn more if I turn her over and keep talking? This feels too quick. This is too quick of a turnaround. I don't like this. And I know I'm not just looking at this through the lens of nostalgia. There's reason. Like
What? No!
Everyone hated
You keep
that.
such shrewd companions, Shadowheart. A shame you didn't learn from them. Seize her.
Viconia answers. It's just level 11, pretty shield and outfit and everything.
Linger if you wish, but there is little else to be said until the Absolute's armies launch their final assault. We shall be ready.
That's literally it? That is... That is literally it. I did that for the sake of curiosity, so I can get, you know, on talking level with you, right? Yep, that settles it. I'm not gonna blame Larian. I'm gonna blame the writing guy that Wizards of the Coast put on loan to Larian to hash out lore and make sure things stayed in the right places, right? I'm gonna blame that guy and ruining Viconia, because now we gotta kill her. I'm honestly wondering if we just nuke her, will the rest of the room settle down? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Heavy lifting indeed. Holy shit. Was she knocked out for RP reasons? Or are they doing the retcon in a very stupid way? I'm still holding out a little bit of hope. Are they doing the retcon in a stupid way where in the, killed a bunch of Sharans or whatever, right? Is this that incident? Are they connecting those two to be the same thing? I don't have knockout turned on, and that should have killed her. Okay. Has she just been down there just wiggling this whole time? Yeah, that has to be like an RP thing for fighting her. That's just weird. You're not knocked out. You're just like doubled over in pain. And I am not paying attention to the fight. Viconia? Can you please tell me more? Loot. I should do that. It involves upsetting your opponent, who just wants to land a single blow. Yeah, you're right. Okay, take it all. Oh, I didn't strip her. Okay, well, I guess that's a good thing, technically.
Finish it. Send me to Lady Shah's embrace.
She still has answers I need. My parents. Where are they?
So blunt. Have you forgotten all the interrogation techniques I taught you? Where is the finesse?
Answer me!
They are right through that door in the Chamber of Loss, where they have been all along. You saw them many times, only we made you forget. But they didn't forget. They watched as we molded you. They watched, they wept, they bled, often at your hand. It may not be a happy reunion, but it will be a memorable one.
Why? Why me? Why all this effort?
Lady Shah commanded me, and I obeyed. I do not question. I merely act as she wills me to. I had an enclave in Waterdeep, you know. Much grander than this. Shah ordered me to raise it. Kill all who followed me. Claim they betrayed me. When in fact, I slew those who showed nothing but loyalty. Shah had me do that. And I did. To cover my tracks. To usher in you.
What are you talking about?
You became my mission. To take a child of Selûne's and turn her over to Lady Shah. To show that all light fades and darkness will prevail in the end. All this was to make you into what the Dark Lady needed you to be. The planning, the training, those deaths in Waterdeep. It was all to groom you to replace me at her right-hand side. And still you threw it away.
Well, my little straw of, I guess, a final hope is gone. So she just told me the group that she killed still happened in the past. However, they retconned the reason. In the original epilogue from TOB, she practically self-defense, right? And then she got chastised by Shar for it. That actually says that, right? And then she went on her way, right? Okay, so now they're changing it to be like this? She's a devout Shar foul father. Oh, I don't like this. I really don't. You can equate this to the writing in current TV shows, Halo, Rings of Power, ooh, all of that crap. In a sense of where you take something old and you just change it. You ignore history and you take something that's semi-familiar, the face of something, and you change it for something new. When you could have just made anyone, but you had to slap on an old name that actually has history and canon. I didn't like this quest. I really didn't. This is just a major disappointment from a writing perspective. This is a major disappointment. If you wanted to do a big twist of a betrayal, let us have some investment with that character. Like, for example, if Will willingly went down the path of evil with Mazor and all that shit and does a betrayal to us, going from when we met him all the way through, you know, the story and everything, and we hit a betrayal, that would hurt, but that wouldn't make sense. That would be good writing. That would be a change that could work. But this is just wasteful. Same thing with Sarevok. It's just wasteful. I clearly don't have organized thoughts right now, right? Because I'm experiencing it right now. But it's like I don't know what else to say at this point. Ilarion, whoever wrote this, I'm disappointed, man.
I want to see my parents. And I don't care what happens to this one. She's been in my head long enough already. Do what you like. I know you'll choose well.
What are you doing? Come back and finish this yourself. You owe me that.
Let go, Mother. Embrace loss.
Now that was good. Shadowheart's character arc and everything leading up till now, give Viconia a different name for a moment. This is a nobody, a leader of the cloister doing all this evil shit, right? From the perspective of Shadowheart, that was good writing. That was wonderful. That has shown inner strength. She has conquered it all, and she's gonna go get her parents. That's gonna be another traumatic thing, obviously, if she really did torture them and forget, and then torture, then forget, and just all that other shiz. But like, usually when weird shit like this happens, it's because some executive had an idea. This doesn't feel like it completely, but I have to wonder. Did somebody have an idea that shouldn't have been had? Could have slapped any name on this character, but you had to make it Viconia. You had to shoehorn an old character that honestly didn't need to be there. Not in a meaningful way, at least. Jaheira? Meaningful. Minsk? Meaningful. Sarevok? Forgetting the prologue retcon, right? Or the epilogue retcon, right? Forgetting that for a moment. The writing for that scenario could have been better, but it wasn't. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm rambling too much. The Viconia I knew faded to history. This isn't her. This is a pretender.
I draw near, my lady.
From a logic perspective, everything that we've done for the sake of being good people, etc., we are taking out the source of a whole lot of misery and grief.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
I am very surprised this just worked. Shah rewarded your sacrifice.
She will. She must.
Literally the answers I've been seeking, I'm probably about to get purely because I am talking to her fucking corpse.
Menzo Paranzan. Underdark. Lady Shah's command. Waterdeep. Deception. Slaughter. Altar. Viconia. Devere.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
It had better prove to be worth it. Baldur's Gate, it feels strange to be back in this place, so familiar, yet I cannot engage with it. I am like a living ghost, hidden and watching. Time has rushed past like an autumn storm. Lady Shar's church and Baldur's Gate grow steadily, and in secret under my command. I have named it the Cloister of Somber Embrace. For the Night Singer's embrace is the final goal that we all crave. One day this place could even surpass what I created in Waterdeep, yet by then it may not be mine to command. Lady Shar tells me that there is another, one I must pry from a foul Selûnite heritage and reshape to become Darkness's champion. An audacious plan, but one that could cost me everything. I must stay resolute. I must find this child for Lady Shar. My spies have reported to me the child has been found, a girl with hair of sheerest black. She will soon come of age and be lost to the Moon Bitch forever, but our plan is in motion. Under a cloak of darkness, the girl shall soon be ours. I thought we would have gotten some more background info for Viconia's actions, but I guess not. Years have passed, and still she refuses to be easily molded into what Lady Shar wishes her to be. She questions my teachings, hesitates when she should be pitiless, and longs to venture the world like some guileless animal. So often her behavior makes a mockery of the name she has adopted, Shadowheart. That Lady Shah believes that she shall one day become the perfect embodiment of her will, makes my gorge rise. Have I not proven myself worthy? Did I not sacrifice everything in order to please the Night Singer? I had built something great in her honor in Waterdeep, all gone now. Those who followed me have been embraced, and I am left with honing a child of the Moon Bitch's followers in Lady Shah's right hand. I will not give up, I will remake her, or I will break her. The Night Singer shall know who is her most loyal servant one way or another.
Jewels. Why do I remember these, of all things? A gift from Solda Nessela, Mother Superior said. Curious. I could never quite tell if she was proud of them or not.
So Shadowheart just said that these were Viconia's gifts from Solda Nessela. So they acknowledge the epilogue happened. I don't understand. I really don't. Couldn't tell if she was proud of them or not. Like, what? The original Viconia would have been proud of that. She basically shown that she could be an ally to... Solda Nessela is an important city. Queen Elizabeth. Literally turning your back on all of the work that you yourself did as a character, as an adventurer, working alongside Gorian's ward, right? Even going off and doing shit by yourself after the fact. And you turn it all away? You give it all up to go back to fucking Shar? Tell me she got brainwashed again. Tell me some major bullshit happened and I'll be okay. But come on. This is more so for testing purposes, but let's just pick this because this might actually give us a little nugget about Viconia.
Experience fills you, a lifetime in service of darkness. Yet, most curious, there is light there also. Adventures long past, friends and companions remembered with a secret fondness. The memory fades away, yet it leaves its mark on your mind. The dark mirror seems to turn dormant, its hunger sated.
Yeah, so is this the retcon? Is this the reason for Viconia's bullshit? Because she surrendered the memories of what she did, of her adventures, of the good she did, to reset herself back to before she met Gorian's ward? I guess I can accept that, but I need to organize my thoughts on that. I really do.
Boo is overjoyed with our victory. Another den of evil vanquished and an old foe defeated. Well,
Old foe?
was a friend for a short time beforehand, but then a foe once more. Yes, Boo, a most wicked witch. The very mention of her name gives him nightmares to this day.
Why is he so scared of Viconia?
Do not be afraid, Boo. She is not here. And you, bite your tongue until your eyes water and your hairs curl. Boo and Minsk have traveled far and wide, and met many fine and not so fine people. It will surprise you to learn that even the wisest of friends do not always recognize Boo for what he is. Of course, but also a miniature giant space hamster. The Drow was a cruel witch, but a clever one. She knew what Boo was right away, and she had never seen his like before. She wished to inspect his handsome magnificence, and so she did. One night, while he lay asleep, twitching his whiskers in happy dreams, she crept upon his tiny bedroll holding a knife as slim as a toothpick. She meant to spill his miniature guts and study them.
Okay, this as a separate instance, you could probably call me crazy, but this feels out of character for her? Even the current iteration of Viconia feels odd.
I did not get the chance. Boo never sleeps deeply while evil is near. He sprang into action and almost blinded the witch. She had fled from our camp by morning, when Boo told me the whole tale over a breakfast of berries and nuts.
Okay, I'll leave that as is.
I sometimes wondered if Viconia had returned to the Underdark. But instead, she brought her sordid little patch of darkness to the city with her.
Okay, come join. I need you to go and confront her with me for a quick bit of information discovery. For the sake of science, we got old girl up there, Viconia, the one who I'm very not happy with. We got Jaheira, we got Minsk. Let's see what words they have.
They already heard how you disgraced yourself before I am very glad you decided to return.
You finally found yourself a following, Mother Superior. And you only had to hollow out their heads to do it.
Pin your eyes to the treacherous she-drow. Do not focus on the many, many others. Boo will handle them.
Always a pleasure to see old acquaintances. But you would be wise to not interfere in this matter. But perhaps I can make a case for some small measure of mercy. Give me the artifact, and I can at least make this quick.
Enough. I don't... That's right.
This is your family. The artifact was your last chance to prove yourself, and you squandered it.
I guess that's all they have to add. I was expecting more. I guess... Is the true retcon just that when she spent time with Gorion's ward in the first game, that she was just an awful bitch the whole time? Like, is that what they're trying to get at? Because I don't like that. So at the end of the day, Viconia got a loose retcon, similar to Sarevok. We had to dig around for extra information. That extra information wasn't satisfactory. And the forced, I'm gonna call it the forced reason for the change is that damn mirror. She offered up her memories of her adventures and all the stuff she did. Essentially, her changing from evil to neutral. That is essentially what happened, right? She erased the memories to the mirror that allowed that to happen. And I guess she held on to the tiny memory of Soldanceller that she fought with Drizzt in the epilogue. Those jewels, I guess, were maybe like small gifts from Elisme, which, I mean, small tokens and a big thank you and all that jazz. You know, here's a little something, because, you know, money is money, and it's just like, So in the end, if that is the truth, then what is the reason she used the damn mirror? They retconned the reason for her group in Waterdeep being killed. It was so in the original epilogue, it was, you know, basically betrayal, so she defended herself and won. Right? Wasn't, am I remembering it correctly? And then they changed it so that Shar told her to do it? All so that she could move and then come and raise Shadowheart to be her replacement? I get why Shar wanted Shadowheart. The biggest middle finger you can do to Selûne, your enemy? Take one of her beloved children and turn her into one of your strongest people? The motivations of Shar and the Sharans aren't in question. They make sense. They're evil. It's whatever. It's Viconia. It could have been anyone else. I don't know. Maybe I'm holding her on too high of a pedestal. Maybe I need to get a reality check and go and revisit the old games, because I'm not gonna lie. As much as I've replayed them, it's been a couple of years. And your boy doesn't have a good, perfect memory like he wants to. I remember a lot. I really do. But I cannot remember every little detail, and I might be wrong in remembering how much she supposedly did change. So, If you liked this content, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, y'all stay safe out there. If you like this, hit the subscribe button. Bye-bye.